Welcome back to Views with the User and Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. So now we have here another rumor on Lucasfilm as well as Kathleen Kennedy. Okay, so as reported by Sparrow, shared with Karen Pashaw, there's been a power struggle at Lucasfilm where it's possible where Kathleen Kennedy might be ousted, may not be fired because of the fact that, you know, her poor performance, but it might be on alternative routes. Maybe depending on not Kathleen Kennedy, but Leslye Headland, who's the director of the supposed show, The Acolyte, that's going to be on Disney Plus. Now, apparently in shocking turn of events and rumors, Lucasfilm, which is responsible for the Star Wars franchise, found itself embroiled in a power struggle that has far-reaching implications for its future. Okay, so now the once mighty figurehead Kathleen Kennedy has seen her influence wane, going dismal as well as shrinking, as a group of known as who Sparrow called the Five Horsemen, who I call the Nazgul, now controls the studio's operations. I've put on this in a previous video. Go ahead, check that out. Alongside this coup, it seems that Kathleen Kennedy's fate is tied to the figure of Leslye Headland. Pretty sure it might be based on the success of the show, The Acolyte, or if it's going to be a failure. Okay, but we didn't see here that it's a rumor that depending on how successful the show is, then Kathleen Kennedy may be forced out. All right, so who knows with that? Now, I did share with you all before about her loss of power and everything. In other words, possibly where she might be on a bit of a lockdown, if you will. Okay. Now, she was once once she was a formidable president, and she still is president, by the way, of Lucasfilm, now finding herself restricted from freely actually accessing the company's offices. The Nazgul, who's currently overseeing the studio's affairs, mandate that she can only enter with an improved escort. Furthermore, she's lost her decision-making authority, with the final say now belonging to the Nazgul, which is led by the Witch King of Burbank. I talked about that person before as well. Now, despite her shrinking power, Kennedy still has the title as president, thanks to a certain clause in her contract. While she can't be terminated for poor performance, she can be removed under what's called a morals clause if found guilty of any criminal behavior. The morals clause meaning if she's done any kind of wrongdoing that's related to any kind of criminal activity with the company. All right. It's also believed that this certain clause was secured by Kennedy during the original sale of Lucasfilm to Disney, possibly through some questionable means. Okay. Now, and also another twist, evidence emerged linking Leslye Headland, another key figure at Lucasfilm, who a lot of people are saying may be her replacement, to possible financial and criminal misconduct related to the Acolyte. Now, while there's the evidence that incriminates Headland directly, it also implicates Kennedy only tangentially, just by a little bit, it means. Okay, but the Nazgul are pressuring Headland putting pressure on Headland to basically give up Kennedy and implicate her as the one who's been mismanaging finances, potentially using the morals clause to remove her from her position. Now, regardless of whether the outcome of the whole investigation, Kennedy's legacy at Lucasfilm appears to be tarnished. Okay. In my opinion, is not only tarnished by what's happening as a rumor here, but also based on how her failures as president with the different content, the movies that she put out there with the Disney sequels. Okay. Now, her contract is unlikely to be renewed after this debacle, and her reputation with Disney is probably in ruins. Even with her arrogance and her behavior and open contempt for Disney CEO Bob Iger contributed to her downfall. So yes, I've also shared with you all before how there's a feud between Bob Iger as well as Kathleen Kennedy. Okay, it came to the point where now Lucasfilm and Disney brought both of these entities brought the company as a whole down by 75%. Okay, and that's because of the fact that the fans are tired of the mess that they put out there, simply put, because of the fact that the content they're making is not aimed for them. It's actually aimed for newcomers who don't even have any interest in this particular content. Okay. But with that said, like I said, she's still going to be there per the contract, title only, and even though her reputation is tarnished, her arrogant behavior, open contempt for Iger also contributed to her downfall because of the fact that she's refusing to play game or play ball. Now, the different consequences for her potential removal go beyond her professional standing, with her golden parachute into retirement, if you will. There's which is a substantial, big financial package of millions of dollars she would have received when it came time for her to leave. That's also at risk because of her performance with the film Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And Iger made it clear before that if the movie fails to make profit, she will lose her lucrative parting gift, meaning she will not fairly sail into the sunset as she desires. And then the announce school also left a pretty stern warning where they issued that warning to all employees against leaking any inside information. So this is where Sparrow has to be really careful. Breaches, and they stated that any breach of confidentiality will lead to any immediate termination, as shown in the apparent falling out between some employees and a mysterious informant known as Sparrow, as they call him. Okay? So, with this unfolding at Lucasfilm, we don't exactly know where this fallout will lead to. Okay, will it lead to her, like, I'm not sure. I don't know if it will lead to her being terminated, because I'm pretty sure there's a particular stipulation within her contract that she included in there where she can't be fired, or they can't fire her, but instead she can be forced out though. All right. And with this performance and everything, I mean, the studio's future hangs in the balance in Leslye Headland's hands right now with the Acolyte. Okay. Star Wars fans around the world, myself included, of the originals as well as the prequels and the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, we're watching and we're paying close attention to this. Now, any more new developments from this, I will be sharing this with you all. Now, if you enjoyed what I shared in the video, go ahead and smash the like button and share far and wide across social media. If you've noticed anything I've said in the video that might have been incorrect or might have went wrong, go ahead and leave a correction in the comments below. Also, if you have any additional thoughts to the content or the topic that was discussed in this video that I did not bring up, go ahead and share that with me in the comments below as well. Also, if you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead and share far wide across social media like I said. And if you enjoyed all the content I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell notification so that way you're notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.